Okay. Yesterday, Reggie, we started touching on some of the things and the allegations that Suge said in an interview that was posted on YouTube about you. I wanted to continue on with some of the stuff that he said and just give you the opportunity to respond to each one individually. Um, I will start with one where he basically said you never ran his company or worked for Death Row Records, and if you check your paychecks, it said security on it. And he also said that if he doesn't say you ran Death Row, then who could actually say it?
Yeah. With that argument, I can't fight that argument. All I can do, tell y'all listen to interviews by anybody. All I can do is ask him, bring one person on that said I didn't run Death Row or his life. Bring one person. Matter of fact, listen to this audio from the guy who ran E1 Entertainment. We know this is 2001, 2002 time period, 2003 that he's talking about, because that's when this guy did with him. But here's the audio right now from a president of E1 Entertainment Music Department.
I'm on the phone with Alan Grumblock, the president of E1. Alan, I just want you to explain what was Reggie Wright program or position when you met me. And I think we finally met each other in 2001 or the later part of 2001.
Yeah, we met November 2001. Reggie Wright was the general manager of Death Row when we did the distribution deal between Death Row and Koch Records. Reggie was Suge's number 2, responsible for everything legal, everything financial.
Exactly.
He was the guy I started the deal with, and I negotiated with Reggie, and then it went up to Michael Koch and Suge. But Reggie was the guy who was the first contact guy from the outside for Death Row. He was general manager of Death Row.
And also negotiated, it was, well, I the one negotiated the contract with Michael Koch. And yeah. I think it was our boy Cliff, right? Was it Cliff?
Yeah. And the lawyers all reported that lady lawyer, whatever her name was.
Oh, well, Crazy Sherry, but it was really Jeff Lawry. But Suge was using Sherry, but I had Jeff Lawry doing everything because, that's who I trusted. But yeah.
All right. So security. Security must have had a lot of power at Death Row then. Or the guy that ran the company and ran security had a lot of power. This is what it sounds like. Nobody check had a description on it. So that's some bullshit. Well, I mean, okay. I don't know what to say. That's a hard thing to fight with Suge about, other than, hey, who was sitting in court when Corrupt gave that judgment? Who was sitting in the table at the court doing the whole court proceedings? Who negotiated the deal with E1? Who negotiated the deal with D3? Who negotiated the deal with DNA? Who negotiated the separation agreement from Brian Turner? I mean, God. Who asked any artist who they had to go to get their checks? Ask John, who they used to tell you had to get permission from to do anything on the website or when they gonna get their checks or when they gonna get hired. Yeah, I know. We done brought so many people on to say that. But if he wanna make me security, okay. So now security can get to his checks and forge checks. I never seen a security guard at any company that could authorize and get checks cut. Never did. Okay, Mr. Knight. All right. You're right. I was in security. I had a security company that made millions of dollars off of your company. I only made about $7,000 a month at the time running Death Row. $3,500. My check was $3,500 every 2 weeks. I think we got paid I don't know if we got paid every 15 days or every 2 weeks. I really think we got paid every 15 days, as I remember. I don't remember. So $7,000 a month back in the mid-90s. And my security company, if I didn't gross $1 million, but you know what? Hey, okay. Next question, John.
Okay, the next thing that he went into was that you stole his building, which we've addressed before, but I didn't know if you want to retouch on it for new people.
Yeah. He know how that building refinance was done 2 times. I guess he said me and Mr. Lay conspired because his daddy was supposed to sign off. I know Suge got a little dementia and all of that. I hate even telling this story, but I'm going to tell it since he brought it up. His daddy was the signature for Suge Knight stuff when Norris Anderson and all of them was in charge when Suge first went to jail. Totally agree. Mr. Lay signed the death row checks with a stamp, and his daddy signed because he didn't want Mr. Lay to know, you know, what he was giving to his other female friends and doing personally. That's true. 96, 97. But 97, 98, what happened was Suge's mother kept coming up to the prison when we were meeting and stuff and was questioning all the females and questioning all his money. And Suge was like, wait a minute, hold up. Pops, why you telling moms everything that's going on with my company? Why are you telling all the business? I don't need y'all my business like that. Reg, no. This is what we're going to do. We're going to just get a stamp and we're going to get it where Mr. Lay signs everything. Mr. Lay, I give this girl this amount of money. I give this one this amount of money because, hey, she taking care of my homeboy's son is what she said. You know, China Doll, he taking care of his son, so this is why I give her this amount of money. Which she don't know. China Dog had already got his son back and had been living with him, little Marcus. So man, should just be talking. I don't know why he's making the accusations and all of that, but Mr. Lay wasn't loyal to me. She wouldn't be signing no building over to me. And he knows from the refinance of that building, I gave the first time Mr. Lay $1 million from it. The second time when I refinanced the building, I gave the bankruptcy court $3 million to stop the receiverships from coming in on the crew up thing. And that paid off the debts of anything from the profit that he would have made on the building. And he knows that's what happened. The first time was to pay for the purchase of the building and to paying the loan off. The second time was did on some homie love shit. Because your company was paying the rent and the mortgage for it until, you know, the last year when I had to get rid of y'all and sell the building because y'all didn't pay any money because you was broke. But hey, shit. All right. Sue me then. Sue me if you think I stole you. Why you kept fucking with me? Why you fuck with me if I stole a building? A building that just sold in 2018, last I checked, for $18 million. I stole that from you and took that from you. You clown ass nigga. But yeah, okay, sure. And Mr. Lay was your power of attorney. And that's who the paperwork right here showed you, signed off for that building to be transferred and for that sale. All right? And guess who else was on it originally that had a sign off on it? You forgot? Who? The guy that was coming up to see you every Tuesday? You don't think he ever told you about it? You remember? Because you didn't own that building right out when I purchased it from you. It was David Kenner in your building. David signed off on it. You forgot that, huh? Man, your lies, you clown. Stop it. And the bankruptcy, you don't think the people, when you filed bankruptcy, didn't investigate that? Oh, yeah, they investigated that whole transaction. And guess who? Never got sued or anything about the bankruptcy estate. Reggie Wright. You know who in your family did get sued about the bankruptcy estate for $1,500. a month. So they gonna let a $2 million, $3 million assets go if it's illegal or with stuff, but they gonna sue somebody for $1,500? All right, sure. Use a clown, as I say.
Okay. The next little thing he threw out there was that he said you had cops in his luxury box suite at Staples Center drinking all his fine champagne and wine.
Well, it's kind of too hard to explain, though, about how boxes work. Because most of you motherfuckers probably haven't been into a box or definitely didn't know the people that own or control a box. But I'll try to throw it out there for whoever knows. Maybe you'll comment. It ain't like the staple or the boxes at the events are just got stacks of wine and champagne and all of that just sitting inside the box. You got to order that, put your credit card up for it each game. Okay, so the staple box was purchased each year in 1999. 1999 is when the Lakers opened up the Staples Center. That was something that I asked you to, can I do? And you said, yeah, go ahead and get the box. We had Bobby Shapiro in the tourney because he was in the what was that, the Kings and shit going. Somebody, your dad and mom, we gave events whenever we released the DVDs and all of that stuff. But who signed for the box? Who signed? That was a company box, Death Row box. Who ran Death Row? Oh, I forgot I didn't run Death Row. Who's in charge of the box? Reggie Wright. When did Compton PD or shares become shares? 2001, the later part. I didn't fuck with no shares then. That didn't sound good about the share stuff and all of that. You had no shares in no goddamn box. But that sounds good. That sounds good, shit. That make you feel better? You clown. But no, wasn't no shares in the box. My daddy, here's a picture of my daddy. He didn't know to go. If he went to any Laker games, he had his own season tickets. He just got honored last year, 42 years straight of being a season ticket holder or something. 40-some years. Here's a picture of him getting honored at the Laker game. He didn't need your little box. He said he had seats down there on the ground, on the floor at the Laker game for over 40-some years. Me and him was partners on that whenever I had time. But shit, when did I have time to go to Laker games, shit? On Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I was up there babysitting your bitch ass from 1997 to 2001. Every week. So I guess I had the shares hanging out with me on Tuesdays. I guess that's when I had them in your box. Sure, you just make up shit to try to make somebody sound bad. You ain't got to do that, dog. Just say, I don't like the motherfucker no more. I made a mistake bringing Reggie into my life. You say you didn't hang with me or anything like that? Who introduced you to, how did you meet Sharita, motherfucker? We didn't go to Hostler Junior High School together? We didn't play on, oh, you went to Bourbon Gay. I caught that. See, most motherfuckers didn't catch that Bourbon Gay shit. But it's Bourbon Day High School. Nigga, yeah, I went there in the 9th and 10th grade. Nigga, I didn't play football with you in the 11th and 12th grade. We didn't go to Stephen C. Folk. We never hung out. I never professed to hang out with you. My best friend growing up was the White Story. Everybody know the stories. But, okay. And then when I came on the other side, well, my grandmother's house, who lived next door to the McDonald's in there. So, Mr. Knight, please, I beg of you, stop coming online just lying, making up shit. But no, we never really, I can't never say I spent the night over your house or anything like that. I never perpetrated to do that. So please, whoever's playing this for you, make sure they play the whole thing and not edited versions. Because, nigga, you didn't play sports. You just played baseball, as I remember, growing up. You played at Greater Compton. I played at Linwood. I played at Luders Park. Tell us one team at Luders Park that you played for, nigga, basketball. Or at Wilson Park. Nigga, I think you did play a year or two for the A's at Kelly Park. But any of those niggas from in hood, Kelly Park can't say they didn't know Little Reg playing baseball growing up. Oh my God. Suge Knight, please. I'm more confident than you can ever be, nigga.
Okay. One of the other things he said in this interview, Reggie, was he said that at one time he had a lawsuit against the Compton sheriff, against you, against your dad, and against the old mayor. And he said, this wasn't Omar, the mayor, this was your boy. Do you know what he's talking about there?
I think he misquoting him on that. I didn't ever hear him say that he had a lawsuit. I think I heard him say he could have. But I don't know, because I don't listen to shit in depth. But he ain't never had no lawsuit. I wish he would have sued me for something. Gave me a reason to be mad at him back in the early 2000s. And I sure would have tore him up. Because everything was in Reggie's name that you had. And then when you went broke, Reggie is the one that suffered for most of the shit. So I wish you would have sued or had something to sue for. You forget who house your kids grew up in. Lil Suge, Stormy and them. Reggie Wright house in Porter Ranch. Okay, let's go in the cars. Peaches, Trish, Reggie Wright car. Mission Lane, Reggie Wright car. Tammy, Reggie Wright car. The house that y'all always talking about, the clowns you talking to now, in Malibu, talking about me and Tammy had together. Nigga, you know why I got that house in Malibu for Tammy? That was for you and her when you came home. Okay? You talking about I had cops hanging out in your house. What house did you have, Suge Knight? From 96 after you went to jail? So I'll say 97 because we had Stormy in your penthouse for a minute until you know what started happening with Shaq and Keyshawn. You know why you had me put her out. But so 97, what house did you have until about 2002 when you came home? Oh, who else you go to in 2002 when you came home? You forget the penthouse on Wilshire? Who name was that in? Who name was that? You know, the one with the elevator, you know, the one that Ray J always talk about, Left Eye and all them. Who name was that in? Who name? Sure. So what house did you have other than a house in Vegas? You think we was going out to hang out at a house in Vegas? Well, now we would. This year, now we know about going party at Airbnbs and all that. Nigga, that house was under construction the whole time. I heard something about the boat or the ship or something. Nigga, you know that boat was under construction until you came home. We had that boat ship when you came home because that was the only place where you can go to hang out at in the marina. And that's only because I had a spot right next door because you was too scared because you knew those niggas was after your bitch ass because Gotti always tell me it's something you did that we don't know about. Because you was real scared when we came home. When you came home. I didn't catch it. I don't know. But nigga, you had your stuff docked right next to my spot in the Marina Del Rey. So sure. Don't know what you're talking about. But keep up with the lies. If that make you feel better, keep up with the lies. Then all that showed me that you was Reggie bitch. Because you kept up, a nigga steal one thing from me. One thing and don't pay back for it or whatever. You think I'll be fucking with him like you do? Or did? You think I would have left that nigga in charge of all my shit? Your women had to come to me, your parents, your sisters, your artists, everybody had to come to Reggie Wright to get something done. Who? Who got something done just from your word? Who? I used to have to make you call Debbie half the time just to approve some things. I would say, sure, no, you need to talk to Debbie. Tell Debbie to cut this check. When it was something crazy. You were scared to talk to Debbie. Don't get it. But, hey, sure. Make you feel good. Make you feel good. Make you feel good, dog. Nigga, nor you were broke in the 90s and the 2000s. If I didn't have 5 houses in the 90s and the 2000s, if I didn't have 10 cars back then, stupid. Wish I could man, I was riding around in a 600 Benz, you know that, $3,000 a month. My wife was in a Land Cruiser. What was that? Not a Land Cruiser, she had the other one. I forget the Lexus 470. Shit, my mama was in a big, man, nigga, please. Nigga, please. But yeah, I was broke. I was just a cop salary. Nigga, you know, even before I came over to you, I had 2 hair salons, probably about 3 or 4 houses before I even started working at Death Row. So stop that. Reggie stole from you. Hey, if Reggie stole a penny from you, trust me, no bankruptcy, nigga, you went through a bankruptcy of hell, dog. Those people went through your books like crazy. You know the shit that they sued people for. It was crazy, the things we couldn't believe that they were suing people for. Like, they tripping behind that. They tripping because we paid Mission Lay Mother $1,000 to answer fan letters. They tripping behind that.
Okay. Another thing he said, which he said before, but I wanted to ask you about, is he said that he never paid Orlando any money, quote unquote, never gave him $1.
Well, one minute he want to claim Death Row, then the next minute Death Row was just a business that he owned. So if you take that, that it came from Death Row and not Suge Knight personally, then I guess you can say that's a true statement. But I wasn't even in charge then. I wasn't even in charge. It was Norris Anderson that was in charge. So the $60,000 that was given to him, Keefy D tried to say on his interview that it was cash money and all of that. That's one thing we didn't do, was nothing with cash money. Well, with cash money, that's why, that $25,000, biggie small shit, that's why that's a big issue. But now we were all about checks. If Orlando or his attorney got some money, trust me, not if, they did. They got a check for $6,000. But it was a check authorized by Norris Anderson and David Kenner. I was just there because they were scared to go up there and meet with them. Because I sure was. I was just security then. I'll admit, I was just security then when that deal happened. I did not become more than security until June, July of 1997, when you got put at CMC. So whatever month you went to CMC in St. Louis Obispo is when me and you started back communicating. And that's factual.
Okay. Something else he said is if you ran his company and you did all this stuff, how come no one gave you a job after Death Row?
Well, see, that's where he's making a mistake. And he knows, and he talked about the relatives. And, well, actually, it was young soldiers. He don't even know the difference. So it was a group called the Young Soldiers that he had signed, and they had that song, East Side Niggas, West Side Niggas. Had Big Y and Young Stretch that was in the group. The Relatives was actually Sugar Booger and Big Y. So the only denominator in the Young Soldiers Relatives is Big Y. Y'all tell me any songs that Big Y was on after Death Row kind of went down, after Murder Was the Case. Any songs? Were they on Gridlock? Were they on Gang Related? Were they on, what else came after that? Death Row Uncut? We know no Tupacs. Were they on, they were, Sugar Booker alone, who Reggie put on there, was on Too Gangsta for Radio. That's because of the relationship with Tata, because Tata had him at that point. Y'all remember Break Bread Records? He had him, that album Dirty Money and all of that. I got him from Tata because me and Tata became partners. But then Tata got locked up, and then that's when they just signed with me directly. So he say that they that I killed their career off. Well, he didn't do anything with them after Murder Was the Case, 94. But let's think of all the people that was on Murder Was the Case in 1994. Who career he killed. He did a great job with Lady Ray's career, huh? Oh, he did a great job with Danny Boy career, huh? Great job with Boss Hogg, huh? Who else? I mean, Suge Knight, as Norris told me a while ago, got lucky and had 4 good artists. 4 good artists. Oh, he did a hell of a job with Michelle A album, huh? A hell of a job with her career. Let's see. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. We'll give him credit for Dre, even though we shouldn't. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Dogg Pound, and Tupac. We're going to give him credit for Tupac, or we're going to give Tupac credit for him? Can we think of anybody else who he did a great job with? Can we? Y'all say J Flex, love J Flex, and Borny. Okay. Love them. But y'all see what he did to their careers. Man, and he gonna talk about the Relatives, who has the best Power Rule song ever done. Produced by who? Reggie motherfucking Wright. Well, executive produced. Shout out to Rashad Coles, the actual producer of that beat. So, dawg. Suge Knight, you're funny, dawg. Now, as far as the job, well, he got to know this. He knows this. Okay, so I ran American Music for about 2 or 3 years. 2 years, the urban department. So that was right after I left that row. Immediately walked from that door straight to that door. But then in 2004, Suge, trying to take some little girls across state line, little 16-year-old girl, riding around with her across state line. We ain't gonna get into that story, y'all. Y'all read that in the papers. Well, he taking this little 16-year-old girl across state line. He liked the little 16-year-old girls. He was before R. Kelly, right? We forgot about, let's do the age of when Lil Suge was born by Stormy. Let's do the age of Trish. When he was messing around with Trish. But anyway, back to the subject. So then guess who he called? Red, I need you to come back, dog. I'm going to be gone for a year and this. Koch is like, man, I'm not going back up there with those niggas. I'm not going back up to death row. No, Reg, you ain't got to even come in the office, ever. You just run everything from your house and from the phone. I just need you to deal with E1. Who was Koch at the time? Okay, so that was 2004. Reggie motherfucking Wright made $10,000 a month from 2004. Then I did get fired. Guess when? When a dude named Chris, what's his name? Well, anyway, when they sold it, Chris Taylor, when they sold the company to the toy company in 2018. And the only reason I got fired then because I got stupid and got in some trouble. So, yeah. Killed that story, huh, Suge Knight? That's gone. Oh, and I don't even forgot about the True That Entertainment Time when I had all the boxings, but that was just play money. That was a good time. Y'all remember when I had Ray J and the Realest doing the song? Yeah, y'all remember that stuff. No, y'all don't. And Detail, don't forget the Detail, who I found, who the reason why you got knocked out by Akon Bodyguard. I heard him say something about Whack 100 because he said, why didn't something happen to somebody that knocked him out with my cousin? J-Rock knocked Whack 100 out. He said, why nothing happened to him? That's the funniest shit you said all year, Suge Knight. Because you've been knocked out twice. By Greg the Barber once and Akon Bodyguard. Why you didn't go knock on their doors? You forget. I tell you that dementia, man. You say shit that be like, okay, if Wack was supposed to did that when he got knocked out, that don't apply to you when you got knocked out? You're a funny motherfucker, Suge Knight. Told you stop playing with Reggie Wright. Don't know why you do it.
Okay. And the final thing he said was, and I quote, "Why didn't you go to Buntry's funeral? The guy that was in the car with Buntry went out of town. You went and met with him and gave him a lot of money out there."
A lot of money. The guy that, I tell y'all, Suge, well, there's some truth to that. I tell y'all, Suge always add salt and pepper on shit. Man. Well, that kills RJ and them, y'all know what I was going to say. But that kills off their theory, huh? Y'all remember all that? Reggie Sr. was in the car when Butcher got killed and ran and was running down the street and all that. Well, even Suge Knight saying that there was a guy named Ty Stick that I've been telling y'all about that was in the car when Butcher got killed. So I guess y'all can stop promoting all of that. Reggie Sr. was in the car bullshit. Show y'all how y'all just let people. But that ain't the question. That ain't no big thing. So the big thing is why Reggie didn't go to Buntry's funeral. Well, at that time, I was just very, very disappointed in Buntry. Buntry was taking Suge's side on shit, you know, when I left and all of that. And it wasn't against me. It was with my boy Bob Gotti and some hood shit that was going on with them, trying to make Bob Gotti like he was the one that was giving information to those niggas from the other side and stuff, that when Death Row dudes and Luna Park dudes and all those dudes was shooting up each other. And so they were blaming the nigga that I was like, my son, Godfather, my nigga that was with me every day. They were blaming him for it. I'm like, man, what y'all talking about? Nigga, those niggas came to your house, Buntry, checked you in your yard, bitch-ass Trayvon, come walking down the street, he do a U-turn, walk away, leave you stranded with Top Cat and Nell and Little Rod when they about to do something to Buntry. And y'all know it was Bobby the whole time telling y'all, niggas, we need to go meet with those niggas, talk to those niggas. Those niggas ain't to be played with. Those niggas are serious. They really believe. Because Buntry in there watching that tape, showing everybody to come to the house. That tape. I talk too much with this internet shit. But anyway, we didn't go because Buntry knew the real. Buntry didn't want to play. He was shrugging that shit off. And we was like, man, we ain't getting caught off into that bullshit. That ain't our business. We tried to help the niggas. They didn't want to help. They didn't want to protect themselves. Well, yeah, that's why I didn't go to the funeral. Regret it. One of my biggest regrets that I made. Because Buntry was a good nigga. If there was any good niggas in there, he was stupid on that. But Buntry was a good nigga. But, yeah, that's the reason. And as far as being Ty Stick thing, ain't nobody had no problems with Ty Stick. Nobody. Nobody had no problem with Ty Stick. Shit. Ty Stick did what he was supposed to do. Ty Stick went straight over there and talked to the mama and told the mama what happened. And I let James or Timmy, whoever want to ever talk about that. But they know Ty Stick ran over there and talked to the mama and told her what happened. Felt bad, cried on her shoulders. As far as going out to Denver, Colorado, yes. When I was on tour with the relatives, we was on a promotional tour. I had K-Dub with me and all of that. K-Dub is the one that had the relationship with Ty Stick. We was out there. K-Dub called him over to the bus. Ty Stick came over there and said, "What's up to us?" And we hollered and all that. Ty Stick ain't asked me for a penny. I don't know if K-Dub gave him any money, but he sure didn't get no money from us. And he was just like all love, like, "What's up, Lil Reg?" And that was as far as me and this conversation. Maybe gave him some CDs and some T-shirts to help promote out there in Denver. And that's all that happened on that. And the only reason Suge know about that story is because I told him. When me and him was talking recently. I told him. But that's just something to try to make me look bad with the homies and stuff like that. That, trying to get them to rally up. But here's a story for you. If you want to get niggas mad, Pyrus, or niggas mad at each other and stuff. I'm not a Pyru or a Crip. But I fuck with all those niggas. And so, you want to try to get them mad at me? Here's something to make you uncomfortable. Yeah. Won't you tell the story? Won't you tell niggas what happened to Bunny Hunter Rat? Won't you tell that story, Suge Knight? I must not be no bunny hunters on that yard where you at. Let's see. Keep talking shit.